Hello everybody. Today we are going to review Billie Eilish, Happier Than Ever, A Love Letter to Los Angeles. So this is a Disney Plus exclusive, I guess, where she did a, a live performance of her newest album. I'm assuming it's called Happier Than Ever as her newest album. I could be wrong about that. Let me actually just check here on YouTube if it'll load with all the other stuff I have going on with my internet right now, because when we're overloading the internet, it seems to not want to work properly. So we'll see here. But unless there's something else downloading on my Xbox and I just don't know about it. But yeah, we'll just switch to the LTE for a second here. Okay, yes, her new album is called Happier Than Ever. So I guess, I'm gonna have to go watch, I guess, some of her newer music videos, because I haven't even seen some of them. Interesting. But so yeah, she did a live performance. It actually had a whole bunch of interesting things in it as well, plus the live performance. So there were these, I guess we could call them cut scenes, where she's animated and it seems like she's driving towards herself. I guess she's back in LA now. I guess that's where she grew up. I didn't know, but they tell you that in this. Well, she tells you that in this movie. It kind of is like a movie with a live performance, and it almost felt like just like a live music video in some points, with the way they did the lighting and the camera cuts and so on and so forth. So it was actually kind of cool. And now I will admit I am a metalhead at heart, but I do enjoy. I don't know, there's just something different about Billie Eilish's music that I enjoy. I think she kind of reminds me of, like, if anybody remembers Beck from like the early 2000s, I think. I don't really think she doesn't really fit for me into any like actual genre of music, because each song is so different and unique. And that's kind of what Beck did, that he was just so far out of the, I guess, spectrum of normal genres that they couldn't actually really put him into a genre. So she's really fitting up there with some big names. Like, I think David Bowie was the only other one that really never fit an actual genre. So David Bowie, Beck, and now Billie Eilish. What was I trying to say there? Billie Eilish. It's kind of funny, actually, that that they all had B's in their name. Is there like a connection there? I don't know. David Bowie, Beck, Billie Eilish. It's just, yeah, I don't know. I was just kind of making a weird connection there, I guess, but it is kind of funny. So it is kind of like watching like a live album, almost, I would say. And now, as for, I'm probably going to have to pull up the album here on YouTube again, maybe, just to see. Well, maybe it's actually going to load this time. That would be cool. Oh, wow, it did. Okay. Weird. Okay, so I'm going to pull up the album on YouTube here. And then I'm just going to mute this because I don't want to get copyrighted. Oh, where is the... Oh, here it is, the album list. So, I think my favorite songs were probably Oxytocin, and actually watching the Happier Than Ever live song actually made me like it a little bit more, because it was a little more rocky, and Therefore I Am is one of the better ones. See, I'm going to have to listen to the actual album without, I think, all the videos and stuff. And obviously her slower stuff is good too. I know she did do a song for the new James Bond. Was it the new James Bond or the last one? I think it's this one though. It's coming out now. So she is definitely making well, now that she's with Disney, she's making the Disney money, so we know she's finally made it big, I guess, which was, I don't know whether that was really a goal of hers or whether she just kind of wanted to play at this Hollywood Bowl in Los Angeles, because she said that was one of her dreams. So I guess she was kind of taken back by the moment a little bit herself, obviously, and she did talk about, obviously, she grew up as a very young star coming into the industry, similar to like Justin Bieber and a bunch of these other guys and gals, guys and girls, guys and gals, whatever you want to say, who start as teenagers, and there's so much talk about them and how they should look, how much they should weigh, so on and so forth. And I think it really puts it definitely messes with your mental health state, especially when you're that young. Like, to start at, I don't know, didn't she start at like 15? So yeah, she started at the same age Justin Bieber did. And I think Justin Bieber, kind of everybody knew who he was before he had even really started, because wasn't he on some sort of show as like a breakout kid or something? I think Ellen DeGeneres might have discovered him, actually. So Ellen kind of definitely helped with Justin Bieber's career. Now, I'm not really sure how Billie Eilish got discovered, but I know she had, I believe, a breakout song that was it produced by her brother, or did her brother sing with her on it or something? But anyhow, now I'm kind of talking more about her career than this actual live performance. So yeah, really, really, really cool. And she had, she called it the LF, I think. It was like an orchestra that was performing with her through some of the songs. So that was really cool. And I guess she actually did go back and put one of the songs she used to sing with her choir when she was a kid. So she actually got the choir to come and sing a song with her. She put bits of a song from when she was a child into one of her new songs on this album. So she was definitely bringing everybody along with her for the journey, which I think is really cool, because a lot of people wouldn't do that. They would probably just, once they become famous, like she is now, I would say, they kind of just leave everybody in the dust, which is sad. But she seems to be she doesn't seem to be a very caring person. She is a very caring person from what I've seen in this. And she obviously still struggles with, I would say, the whole balancing stardom and everything, but at least she has, I would say, some pretty good support systems, like her mom, who's been there helping her through everything. And obviously that's good for for finances too, right? Because at a young age, I think a lot of these stars that come into money just blow it all, and then they end up in their early 20s broke again, and they have to go back to doing what they used to do, which sucks, because I think in the music industry it kind of goes like, if you're not really changing up your sound constantly, people kind of get bored, which is a disappointment, because if you're good at what you're doing, it shouldn't be that way. But with her, each song sounds like something totally different, so she's always keeping the audience captivated, which is awesome. Which is why I think I like her music, because it's unique, it's different. No song sounds the same, although she does kind of keep that soft voice through most of her songs, but it just works with the beats. I don't know how she picks the beats. I believe she does write all of her own songs too. I could be wrong about that, whether she has help with that from possibly her brother might help her write some of her songs too, and maybe her mother. I don't know. I'm just guessing she would probably draw a lot of inspiration from two of them, seeing as in her Vanity Fair interviews over the years, she's kind of talked about being close with them. Now, there was one song on the album, the Happier Than Ever one, That was kind of confusing. I don't know who she was talking about, but clearly somebody pissed her off. Because, yeah, she wants them to stay away, that's for sure. That was the message in that song. Now, I don't know whether that was actually like a personal thing, or whether that was just something she wrote. It it's hard to tell, right? Whether it was a personal matter, or I mean, most songs probably come from. I feel with her, most songs probably come from some sort of personal trauma. I don't know why. I just kind of feel like growing up in that business and dealing with some of the certain things you would have to, that there probably was a lot of moments that she wished she could probably have avoided, but unfortunately, in order to get to the top, I feel like it's probably a rough road sometimes when you want to get noticed. But she did talk a lot about not being happy when she was younger, so I think maybe now that she just kind of pushed certain things to the side, she is technically happier than ever. So good for her. She has finally made it to a spot that she's comfortable with. And I have to give this film a 10 out of 10, actually. I thought it was pretty excellent. And it was cool to actually see I guess, the animated her and the real her on stage kind of interacting a little bit, because that was the only audience member. There was no actual audience for this live performance. I mean, other than everybody watching at home, because technically, no matter how many times you watch it, it still technically would be a live performance, even though it's not, you're not legitimately watching it live in the moment. So maybe this album was kind of like a self-reflection type thing too. I'm just pulling at straws here, because it could be, obviously, with all the scenes with her being animated and her getting closer and closer to the Hollywood Bowl, driving her car as the animated version of herself to the Hollywood Bowl. It could be like a self-reflection album, and she could be saying that she's leaving her old self behind, which I find that in the last probably like 5 to 6 years, quite a few artists have kind of done a self-reflection album. So maybe she was going that route. I'm just kind of grasping at straws here, but as to what the point of this album, or what the meaning behind this album could be, I'm just guessing. I could be dead on. I don't know. I mean, if she watches this video, maybe she can let us know. But anyhow, yeah, 10 out of 10 for this performance, and all the songs were really well done. So, and the visuals in this were really cool, because they were able to do like a whole bunch of different lighting techniques, and the actual stage had like I guess kind of like light bars that went down. So yeah, there was a whole bunch of stuff going on in the background too. So I think I'm going to have to watch this again just to kind of take in everything, because it was so neat and cool. Very, like she said, she's never done anything quite like this. So I would say, yeah, that this was definitely quite the experience, honestly. But anyhow, if you've, so as always, good God, like, share, subscribe, and comment down below if you've watched this. If not, I would say if you're a fan of Billie Eilish, I would say go see it. And if you haven't heard any of her music, I would say that this would be a good way to actually introduce you to her music, because it was just live performances always really, I say, show what the artist is actually capable of, because in the studio there's so much you can do with your voice, right? And she has an actual, like, legitimate powerful voice. So yeah, definitely go watch this before you actually judge her for her sound and stuff. And that is all I have to say. I will see you guys in the next one. Bye bye.